So then we are now in Worcester and we're about to depart the Crowngate bus station to Kidderminster bus station. And the Crowngate bus station is below the shopping centre, which is called the Crowngate, and that has variety of stores like Iceland, New Look, Superdrug, House of Fraser, Primark, and a few other stores. There is a lot of independence in that shopping centre. However, the one with House of Fraser and Primark is separate, but it's still part of the Crowngate itself. And then, of course, there was Cathedral Plaza, which was on the other side of Worcester, the south end. So anyway, the journey on the 303 today is going to go via Ombersley and Hartlebury, and then into Kidderminster. And we are travelling on an express dart, as you probably remembered what I said in the introduction, that today's video is going to include an express dart, and it fits in well with all the other first darts in Worcester, because as you know, Worcester has some first darts that do the local services that go around Worcester. So the routes that you would find in Worcester, which is like under first, you've got the 30 from Worcester to Dines Green, the 31A to Henwick Park. There used to be a 31, but that was taken off during the coronavirus lockdown. The first one, you've got the 32 to Bainal in Kempsey. You've got the 34, which is a local service, and the 34 goes to Warndon Villages. You've got the 35 to Blackpool, which uses branded Mercedes-Benz Citaros, branded as the Nimrod. The 36 from Worcester City Centre to the Royal Hospital. The 37, which goes up to Northwick, almost the same route as this one. The 44 to Malvern Hills. 38, which is the direct service from Worcester to the Royal Hospital. 45 to the Sixth Form. There's even the services to Pershore. You've got the 144 that goes to Birmingham through Bromsgrove and uses branded B7s known as the Salt Road. And I'm hoping to do the Salt Road probably after the coronavirus pandemic. Don't know when that will happen at the moment, but like I say, I'm taking stuff easy at present. And as well as that, you've got the 144A that goes up to Cat's Hill. Used to be known as the 147 to Halesowen, and the 363 up to Royal. Used to go further to Tewkesbury. There's even a service from Great Malvern to Upton, and then you got further on the Ledbury end, the 405 that goes on to Hereford, that only operates on Wednesdays, which is a midweek only service. 417 that goes from Worcester to Ledbury. Of course, there's a 420 from Worcester to Bromyard. There's a 482 from Ledbury to Leominster that operates Fridays only, end of the week. There's even the 600, that's the Ledbury local service, goes around Ledbury. You've got the 671 from Bromyard to Ledbury that operates Tuesdays only. 672, another Bromyard to Ledbury, which runs on Thursdays. 673, that runs Tuesdays and Thursdays, Bromyard to Ledbury. 674, Bromyard to Ledbury, but however, there's no time, I don't know what day that one operates, the 674. 675, Ledbury to Great Malvern, that runs on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so it's a Monday to Saturday service and no service on Sundays. 676 that runs the same time scale. It's a bit like the 113 and 114 that Arriva run, Bridgnorth to Telford, except this one is on the Worcestershire end, so the 676 and the 675 are a bit like the 113, 114 because they run on the selective days. And then of course you got the school routes, and then of course you got the X50 towards Evesham, which is run by First. As well as that, you've got LMS, they also operate in Worcester as well, and they do a handful of routes around Worcester area, and I'm hoping to give their services a try out. We've got the 20 that is the Droitwich Circular, and there is a service that runs Worcester to Droitwich, and you got and as well as that you've got 20A and 20B which all run in Droitwich. And then of course there's the Worcester locals, the 21s, the 24s, the 39 Blackpool down to Lowerwick, the 42 from Worcester Hospital to the Morrisons. Well, it runs on the Great Malvern end, so it goes to Great Malvern Morrisons supermarket. And as well as that, you've got the 356 that goes from Worcester to the Grafton, Flyford. And so there is a handful of routes that they do, and then of course you got the 423 that is the Worcester to Alfric and back to Worcester. It's a circular, and of course you got the W3 to the 6 ways, and the Pershore local, the 566. So there is quite a few routes around the Worcester area, and of course there's even Astons that do the 15A, 15C, which are the Kidderminster locals, the 19, the Droitwich local, along with the 21, 26, 27 and 54, which also operate in Worcester. The 26 and 27 go to Battenall. 54 goes from Pershore to Worcester. 294, Worcester to Kidderminster. 296, Worcester to Bewdley. 308, Worcester to Martley. 309, Worcester Sixbourne to Hanley Broadheath. 310, Worcester to Martley and Clifton on Tame. Course 332, Hanley Castle to Worcester via Upton and Kempsey. 540, Evesham to Tewkesbury, used to go further to Cheltenham. 564, Pershore to Inkborough, Barrow, Evesham and Pershore. 565, Pershore to Elmley Castle, Evesham and Pershore. And of course there's a lot of the school services that they operate as well. And then of course you've got a service that runs from Worcester to Redditch. It's the 150 and continues up to Birmingham as well. And then as well as that, you even have a service from Worcester to Tenbury Wells, which is the 758, operated by Yarringtons. Because as you know, if you want to see Adam King's video, make sure you subscribe to his channel. It's all in capital letters, and he's done a Yarringtons adventure. I didn't film the full 758, which is the Worcester to Tenbury to Worcester due to the memory, because as you know, need to manage my memory as I can. But I filmed the 291 that is from Kidderminster to Tenbury, and the rest of the routes that they do are school contracts. So the only two frequent routes that they do is the 291 Kidderminster to Tenbury Wells via Bewdley, and of course the 758 from Tenbury Wells to Worcester via Great Whitley. So those are the routes that they do in the Worcestershire area. So that is all the routes that you would find in Worcester, and we are just now going through Northwick, and we've just gone past the old Northwick Cinema. It's now known as a furniture shop, and of course we've also gone past the Co-op store as well in Northwick. So here we are, just heading into Ombersley right now. and after Ombersley, the service is going to head towards Hartlebury, and then after Hartlebury, the service is going to go on towards Kidderminster. And as you probably know, this goes the same route what I did on the previous video, the previous 303, and that was before the coronavirus pandemic, when everything was all bustling. But however, it's all changed since coronavirus, and as you know, I'm wearing my face mask, still keeping distance, social distancing, so it was used during this video that was put in place today. So here we are on our way now towards the Ombersley area, and then on to Hartlebury. So then we're now on our way towards the island now, which is the turn off towards the A449, and the A449 has different exits. The first exit coming on this side turns off towards Kidderminster, which we're heading for, and along with the West Midlands Safari Park, and of course the popular Severn Valley Railway, which runs from Kidderminster to Bridgnorth. The second exit for the A449 goes to the M5 motorway, and it also gives connections onto Evesham and Blackpool, and of course the Worcester Royal Hospital. There's even another exit, but does not go on to the A449. Instead, it goes down a little lane into a small hamlet of Claines. But however, the road that we're coming along, which we are on the A449, goes into Worcester city centre and goes to a coach and lorry park, and of course the popular art gallery. So we're about to turn off onto the A449 to Kidderminster. So then we're now going on to the A449 towards Kidderminster, and in the background will be the Aberley Clock Tower that is served by the 758 service from Worcester to Tunbridge Wells. And coming up will be a big sign, a big green sign on the A449 to all the destinations. 12 miles to Kidderminster, 28 miles to Wolverhampton, and 45 miles up into Stafford. However, we're heading to Kidderminster. So, as you probably know, it's a bit similar to a motorway, but however, this is an A road because the A road signs are green while the motorway signs are blue. So this is a little bit of a similar version to the A34 trunk road that goes from Bicester in Oxfordshire down to Winchester in Hampshire, and that joins up with the M3 motorway that then goes down to Southampton, then joins up with the M27 to take them down to Ringwood, down towards the New Forest, and then the A31 that will take into Ringwood and then on to Bournemouth, and then join with the A338 into Bournemouth town centre, and then that would then lead down to Swanage area, which is south of Bournemouth, and it's on the Jurassic Coast. So here we are, just going down in towards the small village of Ombersley. Well, village, it's a hamlet. And of course you've got sign for Chatley, and of course the Hawford Dove coat run by the National Trust, because as you know, the National Trust manage a lot of UNESCO sites, natural beauty locations within Worcestershire, Staffordshire, and even in Shropshire and even beyond. And of course, you even got you've got Hadley as well, and of course you've got the Hadley Bowling Green Inn, which is around that way as well. And and as well as Hadley, that is all the areas that's coming up. So we're just about to come into the small hamlet of Ombersley, almost. Just going by Park Farm Shooting Ground, and there'll be a big sign coming up which will take us onto the A4133 to Ombersley, and of course there's connections to Droitwich and Tenbury, and however there is no service to Droitwich from Ombersley or to Tenbury, but there used to be a service from Ombersley to Droitwich. That was the 354 that went from Harlow down to Redditch. There is only a rare occasion when a Tenbury bus does go through Ombersley, and that was during the Worcester floods back in 2020. And any time when that happens, even if there's like diversions that's been put in place, but however that is only now and again. So we're nearly arriving at the hamlet of Ombersley, and when we get to Ombersley the service is going to continue down towards the Hampton areas, which includes Dunhampton, Northampton and Sitchhampton as well. So there are good So then we're now coming into Ombersley. As you can tell, there's a lot of Tudor houses to be seen in the area, and of course there's only a small amount of... So then guys, as you know, this is Ombersley, so we're going to divert towards the Harlow area, so we're heading for Harlow. Now of course this was the alternative route for the 296 from when they couldn't get via Harlow, heading towards Holt Heath, because due to the fact at the time when Harlow's blocked off, the 296 and the 294 have to divert down this route. So this is like an alternative route to go from Worcester to Bewdley, so they have to use this route. Or they can alternatively go via the inverse round past the race course, but however this is one of the routes that they tend to take when Harlow's blocked off, so they then have to divert via a different route. So this is Holt Fleet. Now there used to be buses that used to come through here, and this was covered by the old 354, the old Worcester to not Worcester, Holt Heath to Redditch. But however that was shortened many years back now on behalf of WCC. So anyway, this is Holt Heath, so we'll resume. So we're going to resume the journey. So we're going to resume the journey right here. So just enjoy the journey down to Bewdley.
Bewdley that way. So we're now headed up to the number 3 route now, which is to run for all the Kings. turning left towards the town centre.
So then we are now on the approach into Stourport on 7 on the service 296, which has been recently introduced to Diamond Bus to replace the operation of the service that was done by Aston's coaches. as you probably know, Aston's coaches could no longer run this service along with the 294 and the S15. So now these routes are with Diamond, well, back with Diamond, but however, Diamond ran the 296 as the 295. The 296 was some route that Coniston had created. So this route was created on behalf of Coniston in 2018, and then in 2020, Coniston ended. In 2020, Coniston coaches threw the route back in and went on to Aston's coaches. Aston's did it until this present day, 2022, and now Diamond buses have taken over the service. So Diamond now operate this run now onwards. So it's really nice to see that Diamond is now doing the 296 at last. However, it is a bit weird because, as you know, this is one of the only Diamond routes in Worcester. Well, it's the only Diamond route in Worcester that doesn't even go to Kidderminster. So we're now on the approach to Stourport High Street. So we're now coming towards Stourport High Street. So then we are now going through Stourport High Street, and we are now going to be proceeding to Bewdley. But the first thing, we're going to go through the Stourport Tesco store. Yes, we're going to go through the Stourport Tesco, which is the supermarket. So we're going to go through Stourport Tesco supermarket before proceeding on towards Bewdley. And once we get to Bewdley, the journey will then be completed. So finally, Diamond are now doing the 296 and the 294 routes. Finally, at last, I'm so happy that Diamond has now added these routes onto their network. And so it fits in as well with the 15A, 15C, and of course the 580. The only routes that are not operated by Diamond in Kidderminster are like the routes that are part of like lonely, in like lonely locations like the 7A and the 12s and the those are the 213, because those are run by the Wire Forest Dial-A-Ride, and of course the major bus routes that are not run by Diamond in the Kidderminster area is the 133 to Kidderminster, 133 Kidderminster to Droitwich, as that's run by Finesse. The 297 is run by Arriva to Bridge North, and the 291 to Tenbury Wells is run by Yarringtons. So Yarringtons operate the 291 service to Tenbury Wells. So those are the routes that are operated by the different operators in the Kidderminster area. So there's not going to be many independents left in Kidderminster now, apart from that Dial-A-Ride. But we don't know what's going to happen with the 291 yet. Hopefully that Yarringtons will carry on with that, and the same will go with the 133 with Finesse. But I can't really say what's going to happen yet. But I'll let you all know when there is confirmation, and I will update this YouTube channel, and I always will do, because this is really important to keep the YouTube channel maintained at all costs. So then, guys, we're now coming towards Stourport Tesco's. So we're now on our way to the Tesco's in Stourport, and we shall soon be then proceeding onwards towards our final destination, which of course will be Bewdley. So anyway, here's the Stourport Tesco store. So once we've gone through the Tesco's, we'll then go back on ourselves, and then we're going to go back onto that road where we were to head down towards the Gilgal, and then we're going to turn left when we get to the top to then head in towards the Bewdley area. So we'll be on our way towards Bewdley. Now I do apologise for the service being 3 minutes late and then went into 5 minutes late. This was due to a hold up at Worcester bus station, but however we're now en route now, so the hold up has now been sorted. So let's just carry on with the video, guys, as we proceed further towards the Bewdley line.
Joe's Bus Trampoline Different Adventures, and I wish you all a good weekend, and I wish you all a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next week. Within the next week, so I wish you all a happy weekend, and we'll see you again soon. So here we are in Bewdley. So this is Bewdley Street.